Hey everyone, it's Dorcas and welcome back to my channel. Today I am in Midtown Manhattan for the first Empire State Pen Show, and I am very happy because I don't have to travel for this one. So definitely had to come out and support. It's the first show, so I have no idea what to expect for this one. And I want to say it's going to be a little less crazy because the list of vendors is much shorter than it was at DC and San Francisco. But I will also be attending this one without my friend or anyone else. So we'll see how it goes. I think that, it'll be fun. I've already made some new friends virtually since I've been to the last shows. So I'm looking forward to seeing them, saying hello since I didn't get to when I was at the other shows. And I don't really have anything that I am searching for. I kind of just want to see what this pen show will be like. And yeah, so I will take you along and we'll see what it's like. Bye. The pen show was taking place at the Hilton Hotel on 53rd and 6th Avenue, which is just a few blocks away from Radio City Music Hall in Midtown Manhattan. When I arrived, the line was half this long, and more people kept arriving as the 10 a.m. start time approached. So I went to the front desk to grab my wristband and my free tote bag. They were giving out 75 of those a day, and I also bought the Robert Oster signature ink for the show, Central Park Twilight. Once doors opened, the line moved right along. I have to say it was a pretty easy registration process. The entire show took place in this one big ballroom space, and there was so much room to just walk around and take in all the vendors. It was not overwhelming at all. After the last two pen shows, this felt like a breath of fresh air to just have room to breathe. I went straight to quotations to see Janine, who I've known for many years now and has the cutest cards with the sweetest sentiments. And I had to stock up on a few things since I haven't bought from her since Yoseka's Stationery Fest last year. While I was at her table, this really sweet woman approached me to tell me that she's watched my YouTube videos, and then we walked over to her friend who was at Zodiac Pens chatting with Bart, deciding what nibs to get for her new pen. I chatted with Bart on Sunday to talk about a certain nib holder that I was interested in. Federalist Pens and Paper is a table that I can now recognize from far away because they come with these bins of inks and notebooks and just all kinds of things that is a little overwhelming, but it's just nice to sift through. They have so many brands of inks, as well as pen cases from Galen Leather and other accessories. Letters to Apollo is a shop that I'd heard about through other people's haul videos. I think they were in Chicago, but I remember some of their products, and so I went to buy a few of their sticker sheets and just say hello. This little book of paper layers for scrapbooking and junk journaling had the sweetest patterns. And then it was fun to look through this sample TN just to get ideas of things that I could do in my own books. Kubo and Lucy, if you watched my San Francisco pen show video, you'll know that I was obsessed with Kubo and Lucy's table. I bought so many stamps and so many sticker sheets, vinyls, they even had a little mystery pack. So this time I got a few more sticker sheets and vinyls that I hadn't seen at the other show, as well as their New York City exclusive stickers. At the very front of the ballroom, Fabriano had a variety of notebooks as well as these Kuretake Art Nouveau inks that I hadn't heard of, but the packaging really caught my eye. Koh-i-Noor was right next to them with a variety of art supplies, color pencils, watercolor inks, and other coloring materials. Kenro Industries was also on hand with their variety of pens on one half of the table, and then the other half was dedicated to Ferris wheel press inks. I went through the swatch book because I'm still trying to find the perfect pink ink for my Hachimonjiya Kubozakuro pen, so I was just keeping these in mind and then continuing the search. White Bear Pens had some really cute stamps and stickers, as well as these really pretty kind of intergalactic pen colors where the cap is clear but glittery, and then they also had these rickshaw bags that were just absolutely adorable. I was very tempted by the little space bear. Look how beautiful those pen bodies are. I don't think you can go to the Garnier & Co. table and not want to touch their products. They have leather pen rolls and pen cases and wallets of all different colored leathers and textures. And I just love feeling the underside of the leather because it's so soft and it folds really nicely, and it's just the color combinations are also really cool. They have keychains, they have eyeglass cases, they have wallets. They just have all kinds of really cool materials, as well as purses, pencil pouches, and notebook covers. I learned about Inky from Instagram. I think the pen show had spotlighted them, and these adorable cannolis. I had to get a couple of these. They're pen wipes or eyeglass cleaners, and they are in the shape of these cannolis that are absolutely adorable. I could not resist and needed to get a couple of those.
All right, let's do it. All right, and which one you want?
And then the...
All
No.
right. All right.
I love the display. Everything's so good. Roses Without Thorns is a pop-up art card company, and when you look closely at the details behind these pop-up cards, I'm just amazed. I used to do pop-up cards when I was a child and trust that they were so basic, but look at these. This Hogwarts one was wild. In the back of the ballroom, there were these round tables for people to just sit, catch up, drink, have a snack, or if you were waiting for your partner to come back from shopping the show, you were also questioning your life choices here. Another table that I was really keen on seeing was Stationery Universe, so I can say hello to my former classmate, Tori Woods. I had realized that I had shopped Stationery Universe at the previous two shows, but didn't recognize who was behind the table until after. San Francisco. So I came, I have already bought a few of those stickers from the previous events, but this time I wanted to get some of those little butterfly pen rests. I think my friend had bought that at the previous show, as well as the ink and a few other things. Stationery company seems to partner up with Heinz Pen Company at these pen shows. Either they're sharing a table or in this case they're right next to each other. But I got to meet Francisco, who was really funny, and apparently he'd been teasing Tori for going to grad school, as did I. And so eventually I started catching some of that teasing as well.
What's up, Masters?
The Florida Fountain Pen Group was right next to Heinz, and they had a variety of Pilot pens. I've yet to have a legit Pilot Decimo, but the colors were really pretty. And they also had Esterbrook pens in all of their different designs, including the Bungu Box collaboration, the Kingfisher pen. These are the Esterbrook niblets, cute as ever. And this Navalar just stopped me in my tracks. Again, I don't have any Navalars. I haven't really been drawn to them, but that one was definitely a showstopper. Harold had the entire back corner of the ballroom to himself, and he needed it. He had so many cases of pens that he's collected over the years and other accessories. His wife was also a riot.
What? Can he hear you? I don't care. I'm a pen wife. Are you taking my picture because I'm fabulous?
Taking video. Entropy Inc. also had a variety of pen brands, including Pilot, Parker, Pelican, Schaefer's, what have you name it. They also had pins from other brands like Inky Converter. I had seen the little color changing ink bottle in San Francisco. I haven't done wax seal stamps in a long time, but I was still drawn to Papier Plume's wax seals. Those holders were so gorgeous. As were their pointed nib holders and just these little bottles with the cute caps on the top. I was mad that I totally forgot to get their pizza ink. It comes in that little pizza box with a little vinyl sticker and this whole setup, and I totally forgot about it. Leuchtturm had a cart at the very front of the ballroom where you can get your name embossed on a Leuchtturm notebook. You just had to submit a card that came in your tote bag. From noon to 3 p.m., I took a Copperplate calligraphy workshop with Nicolas Peng from Entropy Inc. And he gave us a whole history lesson on how lettering has changed over the centuries. Watching him work and draw out these letters was so mesmerizing. I mean, I can only dream of writing this beautifully one day. He also taught us about the mathematics of making lettering or a word look balanced.
I wanted to cross this T, I would go like that, around, cross through like that, and if you want to continue it, you would do the same thing again through that one. Maybe a third. see how like it's constantly making ovals, right? But these ovals that are occurring on a totally different plane.
After watching him work, it was time to put our own pointed nib to paper, and it's been so long, but I missed it, especially that scratchy sound that you just heard as your nib goes back up against the paper. And these are my practice strokes. I was a little rusty, but pretty proud of myself that I remembered how to do the letter forms without having to look at the worksheet. And then Nicola had put out some of his sample works. I mean, this was all done by hand. Isn't that incredible? Absolute works of art, and he allowed people to just take them home if they wanted to. And then these are the sheets that he was working on during the first half of the class. He also let students take them if they wanted to. After the class, it was back into the ballroom to keep looking at the other tables that I didn't get a chance to do so that morning. These beautiful boxes from Penthouse were so gorgeous and so expensive, but I still wanted to touch them, open them up. They were just, I mean, some of the illustrations on these, you just really have to admire the handiwork behind the craftsmanship. Little Hollow Customs was there with their swirly pens, if you're into that. They were piston fillers, which was really interesting to see. And again, even though I'm not into swirly, glittery pens, when I saw this one, for some reason, I was like, okay, that's cool. GW Pens had some interesting pen models as well as some Rickshaw pen sleeves, which I feel like Rickshaw partners up with so many of these makers so that they can make their own custom pen holders. But check out this Hogwarts pen. You got Hogwarts pens.
That wood's from Gloucester Cathedral, where they filmed a lot of the interior scenes of Hogwarts.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's movie memorabilia.
Jonathan Steinberg was also there with his watches and pens, as well as his 2 books on fountain pens, kind of like a everything you need to know guide, and his latest book about the history and the art behind fountain pens. Toys from the attic had Eurologio pen cases of all sizes, from big to small, as well as writing mats from repurposed leather. And as I was making my way down the aisles, I came across Federalist Pens and Paper's other side of their space. So they had tables back to back. So on one side they had all of their inks, and on this side they had all of their pens from cheap to pricey. Along this sidewall, there were a slew of smaller vendors, including Fountain Pen Hospital, which is a shop down here in New York City in Lower Manhattan. And I've yet to go there, but they will be hosting the Pelican Hub in another week or so, so I will be checking them out. I'm still new at this, so I can't always tell what pen brand it is just from looking at the shape of it. But when I see a Sean Design pen, I instantly know it's a Sean Design pen. And along that side table, you'd find more distributors of various pen brands. Truefay was there as well with their 10,000 cases of pens of all kinds and brands. One day I'll be able to differentiate one from the other or be able to spot a brand just by the look of it. Today was not that day. I can tell that's a Pelican though, which is probably good for me to know since I have the Pelican Hub coming up. And those are Pilots. Bloom Paper Studio was a new to me shop that I was very happy to learn about. They had the cutest bear themed stickers and stamps. They were just absolutely adorable. Everything on the table was so cute. So I had to get a couple of sticker sheets. They also had some New York themed stickers, so I had to get some of that. And they also carry other brands like Mindwave and Swatch, so they just have a variety of different sticker brands in their shop. How cute are these little like dog yawning pins? Helen's Creations had beautiful kimono pen pouches and sleeves. I've seen them before, and the material and the quality is just superb. I was really drawn to the vibrant colors of these fabrics, especially that kind of quilt looking design with all of the different scallops. And they also had glass pens. At Anatole, there were the little famous crabs that hold up your pens or your phones or your lipstick, it seems, but I've seen these everywhere. It seems like every YouTuber has one of these crabs. I did not get a crab, but the kitties definitely were calling out my name. Even though I'm a dog person, the kitties were cute. We can agree on that. Jonathan Brooks was not at the table when I first approached the Carolina Pen Company spot, but I still looked at all of the swirly resins and his mad scientist display. The story behind Scopus is just absolutely incredible. They found a way to bring nature and art together in the designs of their pens. They take pieces of wood and roots and just cacti and other materials found in nature, and they combine them to create these incredible pieces of art as well as jewelry. Lemur Ink is another vendor that I have seen at every other event that I have attended, and this time around I got to chat up with one of the women who was working there, and she told me that if they didn't have it on their table, I could always order it from their website, and there's free shipping if you meet the $20 threshold, which I thought was amazing. Adopt-A-Pals. What can I say about Adopt-A-Pals? It's the cutest little thing. They are 3D printed little plastic animals that you can have at your desk and adopt them. And the girl behind them is this 12-year-old boss.
Hi, I'm Samantha from Adopt-A-Pals. I'm the owner, I guess founder of Adopt-A-Pals. What I do is I 3D print these creatures or desk pets that you get to adopt and have. So how 3D printing works is I have this plastic called filament, and it's like a tube of plastic, and it goes into the 3D printer. It heats up in the nozzle, and then the nozzle moves it around to create shapes. So you can create a ton of different things. So what I hope to do after Adopt-A-Pals is really just keep doing this for as long as I can, or until I figure out what I want to do for college, and then I'll go and do that. But I love this. I love doing it because it gives people smiles to people's faces, and yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
Can I really say that in front of them? Like, I personally love either our necklaces. So this is giant.
Oh my goodness.
It's a giant necklace. I'm 5'1", and this is taller than me.
Wow.
I love our big dragons. So I like the T-Rexes. T-Rexes are one of my favorites because they either stand up or you move their legs down and they totally flop down.
So cute. They're so cute.
But they're all amazing.
Thank you so much, Samantha.
Thank you.
I've only shopped at the washi station when I first learned about them at Yoseka's Stationery Fest last year. So I got to see some of the new vinyls that they've released since, as well as go through all of their washi tapes. They partner with illustrators from around the world, so all the designs are really unique, but they still kind of all go together. Yes,
You gotta switch to the ABAC.
That was my first Hobonichi, and then I just didn't like things in 2 books.
Okay.
So
Then
the
never
commitment.
mind. You know what works for you. Here's mine.
I mean, is it working for me? I didn't buy any washi tapes this time around, but they had this huge swatch book that you could flip through just so that it was easier to spot any designs that you might want to buy. The owner of Viva remembers the 200 plus artists that are involved in this collective, because the washi station is actually involved with every single design from start to finish, be it by setting the theme or providing art direction. So even though the washi tapes are designed by different illustrators, they all vibe with what the washi station is about. So when I bought my stickers, she was able to jot down the names of the artists who created those illustrations, which was really cool. It's almost like being at the salon and they write down the list of products that they used in your hairstyle, so then you could go back home and look them up. I'm totally not going to pronounce this name right, but I believe they're a subsidiary of Leuchtturm, where you can build your own pen and choose the different components in whatever colorway you want. Of course, we wouldn't have a pen show without Esterbrook. Here they had their Kingfisher pen, as well as all of their different Esty designs. And in the front, they had all of their tester pens with the different nib options. The show ran from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on that first day, and after being there for 7 hours, I left at 5 p.m. and I was definitely ready to go home. And that is a wrap on day 1 of the Empire State Pen Show. It was fun. I feel like there was a lot more space, so you were able to actually talk to the vendors, talk to people without feeling like you were in the way. I definitely think it's a show you could probably do in a day because it wasn't a long list of vendors like I mentioned before. But I thought it was good. I mean, for an inaugural show, I thought they did well. It was, you know, registration getting in was super easy. I got a little free gift bag tote. I got the pen show exclusive ink and a bunch of other things. And now that I've been to a few of these, I like that I'm able to like see the vendors that I know and love and just kind of connect, and they recognize me, I recognize them, and it's just great. Like, I really love this community. And so even though I think I'm good on purchases or seeing people, I'll definitely be back tomorrow because I have some planner friends that'll be there tomorrow. Plus I have a class, an ink swatch workshop tomorrow, so I'll be there for that. And yeah, it was a great first day. We are now going into day 2 of the pen show, and frankly I probably could have been fine with just the first day, with one day, but I have an ink swatching workshop later today, which I'm really excited about. I'm also really excited about the fact that it hasn't started pouring yet because it's supposed to absolutely dump on us later this afternoon. So we'll see. I have a planner meetup after the show, and a few of my planner friends will be there today. But let's see how bad it gets outside when we hop out. So let's go into the hotel and see what day 2 is like. I got there a little later on Sunday. I got there around 10:05 a.m. And so there was no line, and I was able to walk right up to the registration table, get another tote bag because they still had some left, and then walk into the ballroom. The crowd size seemed to be the same as Saturday. There was a storm on the way, but it didn't seem to deter too many people. I loved chatting with the women behind the Shady Pines Paper Co. table. I had met Susie, who's the owner of Shady Pines Paper Co., at the San Francisco Pen Show when she was assisting at the Kubo and Lucy table. And I met Stephanie at this show, and they were both so great. We just talked about life, same as with the Kubo and Lucy folks, and got a few of their stickers, of course, including this Capricorn nutrition facts. Then I went over to the Coffee Date Live panel discussion hosted by Alexandra Richardson.
Like Julia Wild's a great example, very talented designer. So I carry her line of fountain pen stickers that are like, I like mine extra fine or juicy and broad. But then I like them so much, she and I collaborated on a sticker, which is Ain't Nothing Wrong with a Little Nib and Grind. Nice. Which I firmly believe, so we made that together. So
awesome. I like that I was able to look at your thing of stickers and go, that's Julia's.
You picked her.
I could look at the lineup and go, I know which one she created.
I learned quite a bit about fountain pens through the conversation with Tori of Stationery Universe, Aiden Bernal, and Tom Otto of Goldspot. Once I was back on the showroom floor, I happened upon Fountain Pendulum, and there I spent so much time, I think easily an hour, just talking to other people who were coming up to the table, starting conversations with me. I was looking again for the perfect pink, and I decided to play with some of their swatching tools at the table. It took me a bit to realize that Galen, one of the owners of Fountain Pendulum, would be the one teaching the ink swatch exploration class that I was about to take that afternoon. So I just took this opportunity to practice some of what I was going to learn later.
And the Kakamori. And also, if you rotate the nib a little bit, keep going. My wife and I make all the right here, you'll see that it is drilled out. So that acts like a reservoir to hold even more ink in it. They also write finer than the Kakemoris do.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yes.
The
The point's really precise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do 2 of gluon and 1
Yeah, there was definitely more control.
I think so too.
So after a quick run to the Esterbrook table with a new friend that I'd made at the fountain pendulum table, I ran to class.
And going over these different swatching applications, at the end you guys can go wild and do whatever you want. So that's our swatching cards. Then you're gonna have a sample vial of ink. So that everyone has the wearing goal, a taxidermy genius is the name of the ink. And this does have a green sheen on the heavily saturated areas. So keep that in mind when you swatch.
Here's a look at some of the different ways that we swatched our ink using a variety of tools, including a Hokuro brush, a blunt syringe, plastic sheets. We used different brass nibs, aluminum nibs. We used an acrylic block, glass spoon. So it was just fun to see different ways to swatch out inks. And now that my planner friends and I were reunited, we were able to walk around, give the show another lap, goof around a little bit, and just see some of the pens that interested them since we hadn't spent the weekend together, and just making sure that we covered all our bases, no one left anything unseen, and yeah, just enjoy our last few moments at the show. And there was definitely some goofing around happening too. Do it. Go away. You're so funny. Do I need to tag your arm?
No.
Like sign of release form? Hi. I didn't get a chance to pass by yesterday. How's it going?
It's been great.
You have been doing the rounds.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like so have I, because I see you at every show.
Yeah.
The final day was going on till 5 p.m., but my friends and I left shortly before 4 p.m. because we had our little planner meetup taking place just a few blocks away, and we spent another couple hours talking about the show, swapping stickers and washi tape, swatching each other's washi tapes too, and trying to journal, but we never get around to that because we just end up catching up. Alright, so it is now the day after the pen show. I'm still a little tired, but I am going to do our haul so you can see what it is that I got at the first Empire State Pen Show. And then I'll give a little bit of my thoughts on the show, how I feel it went, and all of that. So to start, as soon as I walked in, I went straight to my friend Janine from Quotations. Or before that, this is the bag that they gave out on each day. They said that the first, I don't know, it was like 75 people who showed up at the show would get a tote bag, but it seemed like they had a bunch. So I was able to get one on the first day as well as on the second day. And there were little freebies in there. So the first day, mine had a card to get an embossed Leuchtturm journal, but I didn't know that. I thought that I had to buy the journal, and I did not want to buy another notebook. I didn't know that it was free, that whoever had the card would get it. But it's totally fine, because again, I don't need another notebook. And then the second day, my tote bag had this cute little Rhodia line pad. So that was cute. Maybe we'll use it to swatch the new inks that I got. And apologies if the lighting sucks. It's gonna be gloomy for the next 5 years in New York City, so we're just gonna go with it. So after I got my tote bag, like I said, I went straight to quotations and I got a few cards there. Janine and I go way back to our national stationery show days when we were preparing to exhibit there. This was like 10 years ago. But I'm a bodega kid. My family had a corner bodega in the Heights, and so of course I had to get this one, as well as the sticker. And this one. And this one. I think it's quite appropriate for the days that we're living in. And I got these. I love her mental, just like her whole self-care, mental health collection, stickers, cards, just she keeps it all the way real and just really speaks to like life as it actually is. So she doesn't sugarcoat it, but she just gives us little things to celebrate ourselves, no matter how small it might be. So I like supporting her and all the work that she's doing. She's amazing. Let's see. I'm not going to go in a particular order, but I do have the things that I got on the first day kind of sectioned off. So I'll go with Kubo and Lucy. Again, Yusheng, and they're just, if you saw my San Francisco stationery show goodies, I got a bunch of stuff from them. This is the freebie sticker. And I got a few more vinyls, so let me just collect these. I hope this email finds you before I do. These little scenes. This is the kind of a New York sticker that they had for this show, and they also had a stamp. And I want to say a postcard, so they had two different designs, and so I went with one and then got the sticker of the other. And I think I already showed that. Some sticker sheets, some New York sticker sheets. Little bears. I'm going to try and get as close as possible. Little kitties, like winter kitties. And this is like spooky Halloween, little ghosts and pumpkins. And that's the New York one. This is a sticker sheet, and I had already gotten it at San Francisco, but they were very sweet to just give me another one. And these bags are so cute too. So this is the other, they had two bundles, two little like canvas little tote thing sleeves. And so this is the other design that was created by, I'm gonna say wrong, Munarillo? Yeah, Munarillo. And this comes with a postcard and this vinyl sticker. So let me get the other one so you can see. So I wanted the bundle of this design with the Chrysler and the Empire State Building, Brooklyn Bridge. And then I just got the vinyl sticker of this one. So I thought that was very cute. I love when New York City is represented, so had to get that. And you'll see a theme because I got New York City stuff from the other places, and that's definitely a little bag to keep. So I'll put that on the side. Okay. Next I will go, let's see. The washing station was right next to Kubo and Lucy. Again, I had such great conversations at each of these tables. I mean, I guess I'll go sharing a little bit about my thoughts and experiences as I show my haul. But at first, I'm gonna say I thought that the list of vendors when they first put it out was really underwhelming. I thought it was, after I'd been to DC and San Francisco, and like the list of vendors there was just overwhelming. And when I saw this one, I was like, oh, well, this one's gonna be easy peasy and maybe kind of lame. But I was so surprised by how much I enjoyed this one, just because of the space that you had, like the physical space. I mean, it was just, you had room to do cartwheels if you wanted to, but also the space to just talk to people, like the time that you had to chat with vendors. It was just, you weren't back to back and you weren't squeezed in for space. I really feel like I got to know the vendors a lot more, even the vendors that I'd already seen at the other cities. I really enjoyed just checking in with them, seeing how they're doing, asking if they ate, just offering them to get them a snack. And I don't know, I just felt like the Empire State Pen Show, for its first show, I think it went really well. Like, getting into the show was really easy. There was a line to get in before 10 a.m., but we just walked right through when the doors opened. So, I mean, I don't know what it was like on the vendor side, but as someone who was visiting and shopping, I thought that it was just like a breath of fresh air after the other two. So this is from the washing station. Again, also chatted with her about the different illustrators and artists that she carries. So got some more vinyl stickers. Actually, let me put these together. So I got some repeats because I want to share. Proud Washi Collector, put that there. Got two of these. Stationery Shopper. I have 4 at home. That's totally me. Proud Sticker Collector. 2 of those. Proud Stationery Collector. And Proud Washi Collector, which is here so that I can share with some friends. And then I got this postcard because New York City, right? And I'm not quite sure if this was a freebie or if I can use it as a little art print, hang up at my desk. And then this is the little matching sticker. Also not sure if that was a freebie or not, but I love it nonetheless. I think I got that one. Okay, and then a bunch, these were the freebies. So there was a bunch of little like freebie stickers at the table. Not to mention the stamps. We also had stamps from Kubo and Lucy. Let's see, Quotations had a stamp. I'm trying to remember Washi Station, but I'll flip through my planner after I'm done just so that you can see what those pages look like. All right, next, Letters to Apollo. I haven't shopped here before, but I think they were at the Chicago show, the Stationery Fest or whatever it was called. And so I heard about these sticker sheets because you can fold these. There's like a little dividing, like it's not scored, but there's definitely a little section here where you can fold it. So if I remove this, and then that makes it easy to fold either this way or that way. And then it fits into a TN. It fits into a Traveler's Company notebook as an insert in the regular size. So that makes it really nifty to just take along with you for your travels. I mean, I am just going to slip this into my A5 planner, or just, I don't know. I think it looks cool. So I wanted it. So there's that. We also got this in our bag. It's a little newspaper. I haven't read it, but it's a little newsprint. I also haven't gotten into these bead letters that people use to spell things out in their journals, but I thought I'd try. Let's see, so I got 2 different sizes of those. I also got some more travel stickers. And then, let's see, seasons trinkets. I can't remember what the name of this character is. If anybody knows, please put it in the comments below. But this is from the Pop Mart thing. I am not on the Boo bandwagon, but this collection intrigued me for a hot second. But now I can't remember what it's called. Is it called Trinkets? I know it's the different seasons, but I can't remember what this little doll is called. I think she's super cute though, especially this little upside down one. There's also one for like chores, house chores, that's a whole series. Anyway, so that was Letters to Apollo. Put that aside. Little Bloom Paper Studio. They were next to quotations. So I also like that. Let's see. So you had quotations, Bloom Paper Studio. They were together, and then right behind them was Lucy and the Washi Station, and then Letters to Apollo was just a little bit down the way. So they were kind of all together. There were some others in other parts of the ballroom, but for the most part, those stationery shops were bundled up together. So I'm going to go with the sticker sheets. So this is their own little bear. And they also have the cutest stamps. They have the cutest stamps. Little bear. These are some other New York City stickers. Metro card. You guys are going to have to start putting in an Omni card because that's about to go away in a couple months. They've already started phasing it out. So news to you guys who are making New York City stickers, that's about to change. So here's that. Some Swatch stickers. I love these little mini icons and stickers. It's great for your passport, or if you just want like a little something and not have it take space away from your actual planning. Because I don't really like to put stickers on my calendars or where I do my to-do list, like the horizontal, because then I don't have space to actually plan my life. But sometimes I'll go in after and put in stickers where there are spaces left. I thought this was really beautiful. These scenes, these cafe scenes, these are gorgeous. This is from La Vista sticker. And then here's another one. So if I saw dogs, I was gonna go for the dogs just because, again, cats are just everywhere in the stationery company, and we have to, you know, support the dog people. You have to, if you see it, just buy it because then maybe they'll make more. But then also, this shop had tons of bears. Cute little bears. I thought this was cute. It says, some days I feel really proud of myself. Some days I am very down. I'm working on positive self-talk. You're capable of great things. No one can be you. Keep going because the world needs what only you can give. We listen and we don't judge. I kept saying this a lot the whole weekend. We listen and we don't judge, all right? We're in a safe space and you are amongst your peoples if stickers bring you joy. There's that. This little phone. Hopefully you can see that. And then, of course, their New York City stickers. And this one is holding, I don't know if it's like an ink swatch journal or a planner, or it has an ink bottle, and then it has a fountain pen. And same here. So that was Bloom Paper Studio. And cute little bag. I'm sure someone would cut that up and use it as ephemera. Put that aside. Let's see. Oh, this was also from Quotations. This was a little, like, mystery bag. I love a good mystery bag. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah. And this was only $10. So, we've got, yes, invest in female founders. Oh, this is a whole vinyl sticker. Oh, and it feels so good. I wish you could feel it. It's like this nice matte finish. It's great. I feel like many of us are like we're all about, like, we're so sensory driven. Like, what does the paper feel like? How does the pen feel as it's gliding across the paper? So I love those two stickers. And then a bunch of cards, as well as this beautiful notepad. Oh, with little kind of self-care kind of badges. Sometimes, you know, it's the little things and we just have to call that a success. Okay, so let's go through these cards real quick. So proud of you. Oh, sweet. I got another one of these. Perfection. Now I can actually send one. Yeah, this is, as someone with a chronic illness, it just really resonated with me. When people tell you that it's part of a bigger plan, then it's a crappy plan, and I'd like to punch whoever's plan this is. This is cute. I've seen this one before. Here's a New Year card. And here's one. And then different ways that resilience can show up for you. So yeah, so that was Quotation. Oh, I love this notepad. It's just such a good size, and I love the border and the colors. Very pretty. Okay. Next. Oh, this is from Inky. And so I will say there were a few people that I had met online on Instagram, post San Francisco show, just in posting and watching videos. And Freddie from Pens and Pondering was one of those people. And I had passed him by while I was chatting with somebody else. And then I caught him again in front of Inky, and he was in the middle of getting some cannolis. These are little like pen wipes. At first I thought they were just like pen holders, and I wonder if one would fit in there. But these are pen wipes so that you can, or nib wipes, so that you can clean off your pen, and then you can just kind of tuck it away so it doesn't ink up other things. But the display was so cute. I know I'll show it in the video footage from day one, but the way they picked out these cannolis from their little display and put it in a pastry bag, I thought was so clever. And so I got hazelnut and ube, one for a friend, and I got a bunch of stuff for this friend. So if this friend acts surprised when she gets it, then I'll know she's not watching my videos. So this is one for me and one for her because she loves purple. So those are the cannolis from Inky, and I'll link to all of these things in the description below. Let's see what else. See, look. I wish I had it with me on that final day, but I had left it at home. And I really thought that this was like, oh, buy a notebook and then you can get it personalized. And so I totally dismissed it, but it's totally fine. I have lots of other personalized notebooks. All right, so I guess I had another deli grocery sticker. This is from White Bear Pens, who has the cutest designs. Like the caps are glittery and the colors are just beautiful. And she had this rickshaw bag that was Oh, so cute, but I didn't get it. But it has this bear design on it, and I thought it was really cute. So listen to people make tea. I wish I could remember who I got this from. Maybe it'll come to me later. Probably not, though. Let's see. This is also from Quotations, little bookmark, and then some information on her book, The Grief Club. Welcome to the Grief Club. Okay. This is from Stationery Universe. So Tori and I have seen her a few times when I went to DC. I stopped by, like I bought stuff there. I bought stuff from Stationery Universe in San Francisco. And the whole time I'm like, this woman feels really familiar. She looks really familiar, but I just didn't know enough about Stationery Universe to have looked into it and see who runs it. Turns out it's Tori. And Tori and I went to Syracuse together. We were in the journalism program. So after that, I reached out to her and we reconnected. And so when I saw that she was going to be at the Empire State Pen Show, definitely went to go say hi to her, catch up a bit, and it was just really, really nice. So I got a couple of stickers from her. Journaling enthusiast. Stationery enthusiast. This one, I think she released after San Francisco, and as soon as I saw it on her Instagram, I was like, okay, I definitely need this one. Cry Me a Tomoe River. And this book one that I thought was so fitting because it has my initials right there on the right. So definitely had to get that. And then I also got, let's see, here it is. I got this pen rest, this beautiful, beautiful pen rest that I think will match my decor scheme perfectly. And I also got Midnight Morpho. I was kind of torn between the shimmer one or the non-shimmer one. Ultimately decided to go with the shimmering one because if I don't want the shimmer, the ink to be shimmery, I just won't agitate it. But then if I want it shimmery, then I can just shake it up and get all of that glittery madness on my paper. Trying to think. Oh, here's another one. I'll move this aside. I think that was it for Stationery Universe. I got to chat with Samantha from Adopt-A-Pals. So she is a 12-year-old, like, boss lady already. Like, I was just so impressed by her, just her passion and her dedication. Like, we ran into that table in DC for the first time, and I didn't buy anything then, but I got to chat with her this time, and she is just the sweetest thing. She 3D prints all of these little animals, and they're much bigger ones. She has dragons, and I'm trying to think of what other ones. Dinosaurs, little T-Rexes, and they all move, and it is the cutest little thing. Just like a little thing to have on your desk, but I really wanted to support this girl that's been, you know, out there. She's killing it, and I was just very impressed. And I know her mom was there, and she's so proud. And they're just doing what they can to support their daughter's dream. So that was Adopt-A-Pals. Again, hoping the light is still all right. Here, I'll go into this. So not only did the show have tote bags, those were free, but they were also selling this special Robert Oster Central Park Twilight. I bought it on day one, and it's a shimmer ink. I know that they ran out at some point, so I'm glad that I was able to get this one while it was still in stock. I got it right, you know, first thing Saturday when I was walking in. Okay. Next, So right smack in the middle of the first day, I had a 3-hour Copperplate calligraphy workshop in, let's see, it was like from 12 to 3 p.m. So it was quite long, but that's because he included a history lesson on how handwriting and typeface has changed over the years and how it has been, condensed for speed and just because of limited resources. It was just fascinating to learn about all of that. Let's see. And so these are some of the practice sheets. And I've done calligraphy, even though it's been like 10 years since I put like pointed nib to paper. So it was nice to just get back into it. And these are some of that's my practice letters. And so I'm excited to, get back into it. He did give us a little sample of ink, which I gave right back because I didn't want to risk carrying it and then having it spill all over my bag. But we also got a nib holder and then a couple of nibs to play with. And it's also good because I've never used the little, I don't know if it's called an oblique holder, but I've never used that. So it was nice to just be there and have someone show me or guide me into using it correctly, because I've just done like a straight nib in the holder and not this fancy little contraption. So that was Saturday. I think that was all I got that first day. Yeah, I think that's it. So then on day 2, let's see. Let me open this. Okay. On day 2, I went to quotations, make sure that she had gotten enough to eat. I went to Kubo and Lucy and had a nice good conversation about them, what their plans are for 2026, just about like life. It was great. Yusheng is she's just an absolutely lovely person. And then we just talked about how maybe she should just move back to New York City, please. So they gave me a couple more freebies and were really generous, as well as another little postcard sticker and this postcard. They're just wonderful. I'm in awe of these women who are out there with full-time jobs and just doing this on the side because they love it, and I just want to support, like, whatever I can do to support their passions. I am happy to do so. Okay. I went to Lemur Inks. I also connected with this woman who was working the table there, and the first day I went over and just chatted with them. I didn't have a list of inks that I wanted to buy because I was not prepared. But then for day 2, I had written it in my phone. I had little notes, and so I was able to go through their selections and see if they had anything I wanted. And so I got these 2. So I already have a J.R. Bond sample of Lidete. Vert Empire or something like that. That's a green that I adore. But J.R. Bond were the very first ink samples that I have bought at Yoseka, and so now I have a full bottle of this as well as that green one because I love it so much. So I got that. This is a brown. I have already sampled it in the past. And then this is a Paya Iroshizuko Hana Ikata. So this is me trying to find the perfect pink for my Achimonjia Kubozakura pen, because the Bloom ink was just way too light, so I ended up having to take it off, and I got 2 pink inks yesterday, Sunday, in the hopes that I can find the right one for it that's not that is not too bright neon, and it's not too light, and it's not too magenta, and it's not too like. So I just have to find the right mix. Okay. At Sean Design, I have not bought a pen from them, and they're pretty pricey, but the engineering behind their pens is just mind-blowing, and it's just so nerdy and geeky, the way that they have found a way to just construct these pens. But all I got was this pen flush needle, and they have a few different sizes, like for pilot, for lamis, sailors, and so I got one for a sailor pen. And you just put it in where your cartridge would go, or your converter. Just fill it in with the cleaning fluid or water, and then you can like flush out whatever gunk is stuck in the nib. So that's all I got from Sean Design. Let's see. From Shady Pines Paper Co. I met these women in San Francisco when they were helping out at the Kubo and Lucy table. But then I totally missed them when I was there on Saturday because they were tucked away in some, they put baby in the corner. And so I missed them. And so I made sure to go see them on Sunday. And so I got some vinyl stickers. I got some washi tape. I have a washi tape swatching video that I have to do to swatch all of the tapes that I've gotten over the summer to add it to my notebook. And then, let's see, I've got some more vinyls. Stationery Friends, which I collected more of this weekend. Hello, I am unsubscribing from your drama. They have such like cheeky stickers. And when my pen group friends arrived, or we finally met up at the show, I took them right over to Shady Pines Paper Co. and made them get some stickers. And I love their logo. They have the cutest stamp, so you can stamp your notebook with this design, and I was just obsessed. Look at that. I mean, how cute is that? And then, of course, Capricorn, and this was 1000% accurate. Yeah, this was so me. Their New York City postcard for the show. I got some more letters. These are what do you call it? Little keys, typewriter keys, keyboard keys, and these magazine letters. Dogs, because dogs and not cats. And then this. Let's see, I haven't opened this. So this is what it looked like on the outside when I got it. But then I didn't even realize there was a back part to it. So these are stickers in like a New York Times. Oh, this is great. Again, guys, gotta update. Maybe if we do one, if they do one next year, which I really hope they do, because it really was a good time. There will be updated stickers for that. So that is Shady Pines Paper Co. Again, wonderful women. And we had some really good conversations as well. Okay, let me go with Fountain Pendulum. I've heard a lot about Fountain Pendulum. Can't say that I really knew them before yesterday, really, because I hadn't stopped at their table on Saturday. But I was taking an ink swatching exploration workshop yesterday afternoon, and I was walking by this table and they had inks, and again, on the hunt for the perfect pink. And then I realized like the sign for the table was covered, so I didn't even realize that was Fountain Pendulum. Again, great conversations. I ended up meeting a new friend there. We spent like an hour just chatting there and talking to other people, to the point where I had stuff that I wanted to buy, and I had taken so long that then I was running out of time to get to the class, and so I ended up just leaving it on reserve and coming back after class was over. But what I got there were a bunch of swatch cards, because I think I want to try out a new system. So I got that. Let's see. So I have like, you know, 10,000 swatch cards at this point. I mean, I have more stashed away, but just got like a few different ways of swatching. The class was so fun. We tried out different ways of swatching ink. Again, that'll be in the kind of recap video, the earlier part of this. But we used syringes, we used little syringe bulbs, we used cotton swabs, which are now dead to us. We used different nibs, a glass spoon, which reminds me I also had to get a glass spoon because I thought it was so versatile and you can use it in different ways. You can use this part, and then you can also kind of smear around the ink with this side. I have a tiny, tiny little ink muddler with a glass dip pen on one side, but this was fun. This was really fun to use, so I got that. Let's see. And then I got Purgatorio by Waringle, and I'm going to, let's see which one's the winner between these two. This one was a lovely, lovely shade of like a dusty pink cream. So we'll see how that looks in the pen. And then I got an ink swatching kind of binder to hold all of these swatch cards. So let me open this up real quick. There. And I think, I don't remember how many it holds. It holds a crap ton of swatch cards in here because you can put them back to back. So it holds a lot. So there is that. I want to say I got more at Fountain Pendulum, but I can't remember. Oh wait, here. So this was kind of the price list of the different things that they were selling. And if you took the class, the seminar, you got a 10% discount. So that was cool. And then we got different swatch cards. So we started out with this. So these are, I think it's called Alice's Potions. And it has all of these little illustrations of potion bottles. And so we were to swatch it in all these different kinds of ways. So we used a Hokoro brush, different nibs, like a Browse, like a flat nib, a shuttle brass nib, an aluminum one, an acrylic block. We used a plastic sheet. And so then after we played around with that, we were then given this card to just play around with different ways of swatching and create our own little kind of swatch card and just let ourselves play around. And we also got these cards that we were supposed to use in class, but I kind of went straight for these two things and saved these for later. And this is the Cheshire Cat. You can't tell, but I'm going to just show the actual thing. So once you swatch some ink, there's an area where the ink will just not make contact with the paper, and so then you get that image. And then same with, there's a raindrop, and then I got, this one. It's like a Polaroid instant film swatch card design. So that was Fountain Pendulum. Again, Galen was so sweet, and I think we'll be friends. Again, I adopted a lot of new friends at this show, which is why I just love going to these events. And this is the vial, the little sample that we got in the workshop. And it's Waringal, a taxidermied genius. And it's just this nice magenta color. Okay, what else did I get? Okay, I got this free pen rest from Carolina Pen Company. Jonathan Brooks was there with his display of madness. And then he also has these are kind of, I guess, the cast-offs or the remnants of the resins that he uses to create his pens. And he just turns these into free pen rests for us to just grab. Can't remember whose this was from. Maybe it's also from Carolina Pen Co. I think this is also from Carolina Pen Co. And then this is actually from Stationery Fest. I had gotten a few things for my planner group and just brought it back for them to share amongst themselves. So this is just leftover from that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else before I bring out the final piece. I think that's, oh, here's one little tiny thing. This is a little, let me see if I can get it in frame. It's a little pin, and I'd seen it in Inky Converter's, table in San Francisco, and it's a color changing ink bottle. So it starts off with one color, I think it's black, and then it turns into purple. You're definitely not going to see it here, so you're just going to have to trust me. Take my word for it, or go on her website. And then, so I think that's it. So the friend that I made at in front of Fountain Pendulum, when we were just going around checking stuff out, when I told her I didn't have this brand of pen, I think she had just bought one, but when I told her I didn't have one, she was like, wait, what? We need to go straight to their table, and so you can check it out. So we went, and I ended up getting a pen that I had been looking at for a while and considering, and it's an Esterbrook. It's an Esterbrook SD, and so I decided to finally get one. And it came, they gave us this little pen sleeve, which was really cute. There were a few different colors, and this is the one they gave me, and then once I saw the other ones, I was like, yeah, nah, let's stick with this one. But I got an Esterbrook SD in the tortoise shell color, and it's this beautiful shade of browns and yellows, and I really hope you can see it and that it's not too dark. But I got it in the journaler nib, and this, for those who don't know, the journaler nib is from Gina of Custom Nib Studios. Is the nib that they do for Esterbrook. And you know, Gina's also the one, like my first nib grinder that I went to at San Francisco. So I already got them to make a reverse architect and the cursive smooth italic, and the journaler is the one grind that I was considering. So when I got the SD, figured, well, just the perfect time to get a journaler because it's just made for it. So let me see if you can get it. So it has a little engraving with Gina's initials on there. So I still haven't inked it. It comes with a converter. So I still have to decide which color would go well in this. I mean, it's such a great color for autumn. So I am looking forward to inking this up and showing you all what it's like. Hey guys, it's Editor Dorcas here. I was working on the video, and I realized that I forgot to show you two things that I mentioned earlier. And one is a thing that I bought and forgot to show you, and it's this cute little pen holder by Anatole, and they're known for their crab pen holder. So it's a little crab and its claws are up and it holds a fountain pen or any kind of pen. And there's larger ones that could hold a phone and things like that. So I got this cute little kitty and it just stands like that. There was smaller kitties and you probably saw that in the video, or you definitely saw it in the video. And so you put the pen here and it just holds it in between its ears and its little arms. So you can have it on your desk like that, which is really cute. So it would go like that. And then here's the Esterbrook that I got. Now that it's, you know, hopefully you can see it a little clearer now that the rain is gone. It's this beautiful shades of brown and creams and gold, and it's just gorgeous. So I've yet to ink this up. Maybe I'll do that in a YouTube short soon once I decide what ink I want to put in there. But the other thing I forgot to do, let me put that to the side. The other thing I forgot to do is show you the pages, the planner pages. These are all of the stamps and stickers that I got. I got less stamps than I did at the previous shows. Again, there's just less vendors there. But here are some of the ones that I got. This is from a previous day. This was the day before. But so you could take a look at, you know, Kubo and Lucy had their cute stamps. The little New York City one is so cute. We have Top to Pals, Bloom Paper Studio, Sean Design. I mean, Shady Pines paper coat, it was also adorable. And the same design as the sticker they were giving out. And then these are the inks. I went ahead and swatched the inks. So the first one is Central Park Twilight. So let me get a little bit closer. Central Park Twilight has shimmer, as does Stationery Universe Pannonia ink, Midnight Morpho. And Pilot Irushizuku Hana Ikara. I don't know that that's the pink, guys. I think my search needs to continue. Jayurban Lidete. It's a brown that I've used before and really like. And then the Waringal Purgatorio. So that one leans a little more dusty rose. I'll give that a try and see if I like it. Maybe I feel like it's a little too dark for the Achimonjia pen, but I'll give it a go. And then these are the two washi tapes that I got from Shady Pines Paper Co. And that's pretty much it. I tried a pen at Little Hollow Studio, a medium nib, and yeah. So I just wanted to show you that real quick, and now let's send out the video. So I think that's it. I hope that's it. Again, I thought that it was a great first show. I think that there were a few people who were just new to fountain pen shows, and I thought that it was great because, I mean, it was probably still overwhelming for them because it was their first time, but I think compared to the other shows, this was so much more, let's see, approachable. So you actually had time to talk through the purchases that you're considering making and just connect with the people behind the tables. And again, there was so much space. They had these tables in the back so you can just rest. The one thing I wish that they had done is kind of create spaces, or I guess sessions, for people to just sit and mingle or plan together, be it after the show. Probably best if it was like in the middle of the show, if people wanted to step away and still connect with others, but maybe not be in the thick of it. I think that would have been a good addition to the show because, again, I was making all of these connections and they were happening organically. You know, we just happened to be at the right table at the right time, and then just a conversation would spark. Instagram handles would be shared, so if there were like a space to just do that and be like, you know, just chill and plan, I think that would have been a fun time. But overall, again, I thought that it went really smoothly. Again, for me as the shopper, consumer, don't know what it was like behind the scenes, but I thought it went great. I mean, even with the threat of a massive storm hitting on Sunday, maybe that kept some people away, but it was still like a good turnout, I felt, and without being overwhelming. You know, it felt like both days were pretty equal in my eyes. Maybe Saturday was just a little more busy, but again, because I was in that class for 3 hours in the middle of it, you know, I didn't really notice. So I think that's it for now. I'm just scanning the mess around me to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's my entire haul. I mean, I will share that in the when you register, you got this little booklet, which I haven't read, as well as the map. And then, you know, just to situate yourself in Midtown Manhattan. And then the list of the seminars. So I got the Copperplate Calligraphy with Nicola Pang, and then the ink swatching exploration with Galen. Again, both really fun times. And I will say the classes were so much more affordable than the others, like the ones that I took at the other shows, or even shows in the past. I thought that it was just way more feasible, especially for people who are flying into New York City. I mean, I'm sure that was not cheap. And then staying in the hotel at the Hilton in Midtown, forget it. So it was just nice that, you know, people could actually take classes and participate in these, you know, in learning more about this world. I also did the Coffee Date Live, attended that for an hour with Alexandra and some of the others, which you have already seen in the earlier part of this video. So that's it from me. I will say thank you so much for everyone who approached me, said hi, said they watched my videos. I mean, that was totally wild to me. It was the first show where that has happened, and I am so humbled and grateful, and just, it's still wild to me that, I mean, obviously I'm putting out these videos for people to watch, but to then actually get that feedback in person meant the world to me. So thank you again. I hope to see you all in the stationery circuit at some point, and you'll definitely hear from me soon in my next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!